Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Understand Al-Quran the easy way grammar with page 2 pointer D, in which we will study the verb Hadaa, which occurs in the Quran 161 times. Before we move ahead, let us remind ourselves about weak letters. What are they? Waw, ya, alif. And why? Because they make sound of a sick or a weak person when he is in extreme pain. Oo, e, ah. And any verb that has a weak letter in it is a weak verb, like wahaba, wa'ada, qala. And you remember two things when you have a weak verb. First one is they follow one of these four styles, fataha, nasara, daraba, sami'a. That's very easy. And the second thing is weak letters get tired because they are weak. They disappear or exchange with one another. They are very nice people, even though they are weak, they support each other. And all of these changes actually are there to make it easy for us to say these verb forms, like qala, yaqulu, alif has become waw, or zada, yazidu, alif has become ya, and so on. Let us take Hadaa, the verb in which the last letter is weak letter. Hadaa means he guided. And we have it in Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. So Hadaa means he guided. Now because last letter is a weak letter, we have to take special care here. Hadaa, plural is hadaw. Just like da'a, da'aw. Tala, talaw. Hada, hadaw. Okay. And because hada has ya, it is hadaita. Okay, hadaita. Hadaitu, hadaitum, hadaina. So the rest is all simple. So remember just this point, hada and hadaw. So can you translate now? Hada,
he guided.
Hadaw,
they guided.
Hadaita,
you guided.
Hadaitu,
I guided.
Hadaitum,
you all guided.
Hadaina,
we guided.
Repeat after me 2 times. Hada, hadaw.
Hada, hadaw. Hada, hadaw.
Hadaita, hadaitu.
Hadaita, hadaitu. Hadaita, hadaitu.
Hadaitum, hadaina.
Hadaitum, hadaina. Hadaitum, hadaina.
Okay, with me now. Hada, hadaw. Hadaita, hadaitu. Hadaitum, hadaina. Once again. Hada, hadaw. Hadaita, hadaitu. Hadaitum, hadaina. MashaAllah. Alim. Okay, no one guides except Allah. So we are saying, did he guide means that person guided, or did he guide? We'll say ma hada. No, that person did not guide. Ma hada. Hal hadaw, ma hadaw. Okay, so ma means not, and you negate fi'l madi with ma. So answer me. Hal hada,
ma hada.
hal hadaw,
ma hadaw.
hal hadaita,
ma hadaitu.
hal hadaitum,
ma hadaina.
once again. Hal hada,
ma hada.
hal hadaw,
ma hadaw.
hal hadaita,
ma hadaitu.
hal hadaitum,
ma hadaina.
MashaAllah. Alim. Now let us take fi'l mudari. See, hada, we said hada is a 3-letter verb. Hal, dal, and ya. Hada. So it has to come on one of these 4 styles. Fataha, yaftahu, nasara, yansuru, daraba, yadribu, sami'a, yasma'u. And because hada is not hadiya, so it is not on sami'a pattern. So we are left with 3 choices again. What are they? We can have hada, yahda, like fataha, yaftahu, or hada, yahdu, like nasara, yansuru, or hada, yahdi, like daraba, yadribu. And Arabs chose yahdi because it is easy. Yahdi, he guides. So yahdi is now the key for fi'l mudari. What will be plural? Just this is the point you got to remember here. another special care of weak letter when it comes in the end. You see, plural of yadribu is yadribuna. Una. Una is the sign for plural. Una. So yahdi, the plural will be yahduna, just to make it simple and also keep una at the end. So plural of yahdi is yahduna. So can you repeat after me yahdi yahduna 5 times just to register in your brain? Yahdi yahduna.
يهدي يهدون يهدي يهدون يهدي يهدون يهدي يهدون يهدي يهدون.
And the same rule will apply to tahdi, ahdi, tahduna. Tahdi, tahduna. Yahdi, yahduna, then tahdi will be tahduna. So Yahdi means he guides. So can you translate Yahdi?
He guides.
Yahduna,
They guide.
Tahdi,
You guide.
Ahdi,
I guide.
Tahduna,
You all guide.
Nahdi,
We
guide.
guide.
MashaAllah. Now repeat after me 3 times because these are some small changes here. Anyway, Yahdi yahduna.
يهدي يهدون يهدي يهدون يهدي يهدون
Tahdi ahdi.
تهدي أهدي تهدي أهدي تهدي أهدي
Tahduna nahdi.
تهدون نهدي تهدون نهدي تهدون نهدي.
Be careful here. Tahduna is not nahdu. You guide, we guide. So tahduna will be nahdi, we guide. Again, repeat this 3 times. Tahduna nahdi.
تهدون نهدي تهدون نهدي تهدون نهدي.
Okay, now with me. Bismillah.
يهدي يهدون تهدي أهدي تهدون نهدي.
Once again.
يهدي يهدون تهدي أهدي تهدون نهدي.
MashaAllah. علم. Alright, let's take spoken Arabic. As we said, no one guides except Allah. So, hal yahdi, does he guide, meaning that person guides. We'll say la yahdi. And when you negate fi'l mudari, you generally use la. Madi, you negate with ma. Hal hada, ma hada. Hal hadaw, ma hadaw. Hal yahdi, la yahdi. Hal yahduna, la yahduna. And so on. So, answer me. Hal yahdi,
لا يهدي
hal yahduna.
لا يهدون.
Once again, هل يهدي؟
لا يهدي.
هل يهدون؟
لا يهدون.
علم. Okay. هل تهدي, do you guide? The answer will be لا أهدي, I do not guide. هل تهدون, do you all guide? Answer is لا نهدي, we don't guide, Allah guides. So answer me. هل تهدي؟
لا أهدي.
هل تهدون؟
لا نهدي.
Okay. Again, هل تهدي؟
لا أهدي.
هل تهدون؟
لا نهدي.
علم. All right. So let us take Amr now. To make Amr, what you have to do? You have the fi'l madi, Hadaa, he guided. Yahdi, he guides. So take fi'l mudari and remove ya. And the weak letter also goes in the end because weak letter is too weak to take in order. So what are we left with? Uhdi. Silent ha, uhdi. And because Arabic words do not start with silent letters, so we put a temporary hamza there, ihdi. And that's what we have in ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. Ihdi, guide. Alright, so ihdi means guide. Here is another special care. The last change that you have to remember when the weak letter comes in the end. You see, idrib means hit. Idribu, hit, all of you. U is the sign that we add at the end for plurals. So ihdi, the plural, to make it simple, it will be ihdu, guide. That's another change that you have to remember. Ihdi, ihdu. So can you translate? Similarly, la tahdi, la tahdu. So can you translate? Ihdi, guide. Ihdu,
Guide.
La tahdi,
Don't guide.
la tahdu.
Don't guide.
Okay. Repeat after me 5 times. Ihdi, ihdu. Why? Because you got to absorb this. It's very simple. If you repeat, you just get used to it. So 5 times after me. Ihdi, ihdu.
Ihdi, ihdu, ihdi, ihdu, ihdi, ihdu, ihdi, ihdu, ihdi, ihdu.
MashaAllah. And this one also 5 times. La tahdi, la tahdu.
La tahdi, la tahdu, la tahdi, la tahdu, la tahdi, la tahdu, la tahdi, la tahdu, la tahdi, la tahdu.
MashaAllah. With me. Ihdi, ihdu, la tahdi, la tahdu. Once again.
Ihdi, ihdu, la tahdi, la tahdu.
MashaAllah. Allim. Alhamdulillah. Now we have fa'il, maf'ul and fi'l. Just like in da'a, we learned da'a, da'in. Okay. Tala, talin. So hada will be hadin, the one who guides. Mahdi, the one who is guided, like Mahdi alayhi salam. And hudan or hidayah is guidance. Can you translate hadin?
The one who guides.
Mahdi,
The one who is guided.
and hudan,
Guidance.
Repeat after me 2 times. Hadin, Mahdi, hidayah.
Hadin, Mahdi, Hidayah. Hadin, Mahdi, Hidayah.
MashaAllah. With me 2 times now.
Hadin, Mahdi,
hidayah.
Hidayah.
Hadin,
Hadin,
Mahdi,
Mahdi, Hidayah.
hidayah. Alim. Okay, here also I will try to I will recall what you have learnt in da'a. Da'a, da'in. The one who calls is da'in. So can you answer me? From da'a it will be
Da'in.
tala, talin. Hada,
Hadin.
once again. Da'a,
Da'in.
tala,
Talin.
hada.
Hadin.
Once again. Da'a,
Da'in.
tala,
Talin.
hada.
Hadin.
These are the changes that you got to remember when the weak letter comes at the end. Now we have the last 2 forms left, the feminine forms. So you have fa'ala, fa'alat, yaf'alu and taf'alu. So huwa fa'ala, hiya fa'alat. Huwa hada, he guided. Then hiya hadat. Why? Because da'a, da'at, same rule like da'a. Huwa da'a, he called upon. Hiya da'at. You don't say da'at. Just make life simple. Hadat. No, hadat. Make life simple. So here also another simplification when weak letter is at the end. So just to remember this change, and in the muzari there is no change. Huwa yahdi, he guides. Hiya tahdi, she guides. So let us focus on this one. Okay. So answer me. Huwa hada, hiya hadat, she guided. Huwa hada, hiya hadat. Huwa yahdi, hiya tahdi. Alim. Okay, again I will repeat with da'a. Da'a, tala and hada. Let us repeat these 3 forms. Huwa hada, hiya hadat. Huwa da'a, hiya da'at. Huwa tala, hiya talat. Or let me start with da'a again. Huwa da'a, hiya da'at. Huwa tala, hiya talat. Huwa hada, hiya hadat. Okay. MashaAllah. So I am telling you, when the weak letter is at the end, we have a couple of changes that we got to remember. 3 changes are those which we learned in da'a table itself, which is plural of da'a is da'aw. Hada, hadaw. Similarly, the second thing that we learned is huwa da'a, hiya da'at. Huwa hada, hiya hadat. That's the second change that we learned. And the third one was For da'a, fa'il will be da'in. So hada will be hadin. Tala, talin. So these three changes are those which we learned in da'a, and they are applied here also in hada. In hada we have two more, which is plural of yahdi is yahduna. Why? We learned that yadribu, yadribuna. Una, to retain una feature, it is yahduna. Yahdi, yahduna. Okay. Can you repeat again 3 times? Yahdi, yahduna.
يهدي يهدون يهدي يهدون يهدي يهدون.
And the second change that we learned, and tahdi tahduna also will be applied there, but the second important change is idrib, idribu. So ihdi, plural will be ihdu, and these are all simplifications. Instead of saying ihdiyu or something, just ihdu, ihdi, ihdu. Can you repeat after me 3 times again? Ihdi, ihdu,
ihdi, ihdu, ihdi, ihdu, ihdi, ihdu.
And la tahdi will be la tahdu. So remember these changes. I would say, I will strongly encourage you to repeat this hada table 5, 10, 15, 20 times. After all, we are learning the Quran, and the weak letter case, when it comes in the end, will be very easy for you. Okay. So now let us repeat the whole table. Bismillah. Hada, hadaw, hadaita, hadaitu, hadaitum, hadaina. Yahdi, yahduna. Tahdi, ahdi, tahduna, nahdi. Ihdi, ihdu. La tahdi, la tahdu. Hadin, mahdi, hudan. And the last two, hadat, tahdi. Okay, repeat this table 15-20 times, inshallah, and this will be all absorbed. Alright, so we have the 6 keys of hada, yahdi, ihdi. So can you repeat after me? Hada, yahdi, ihdi.
Hada, yahdi, ihdi.
Hadin, mahdi, hudan.
Hadin, mahdi, hudan.
MashaAllah. With me. Hada, yahdi, ihdi. Hadin, mahdi, hudan. And let me tell you, to remember those special treatments for this last letter case, last week letter case, you just remember the plurals of these and the file. For example, here, hada, plural is hadaw. Yahdi, plural is yahduna. Ihdi, ihdu. Hadin, haduna. Okay. Similarly here, like fa'il, fa'iluna. Una has to be mentored, so hadin will be haduna. Da'in will be da'una. Talin will be taluna. And the last change is huwa hada, hiya hadat. So hada, yahdi, ihdi, hadin. So plural hadaw, yahdi, yahduna, ihdi, ihdu, hadin, haduna. And hadin itself is to be remembered. And lastly, hadat. Alright, when it comes to grammar or your homework, get your workbook, download it from website if you don't have it, and memorize this thoroughly and answer these questions. And also fill up the table for the verb jaza. Jaza means he rewarded. Jaza. Okay. And it is just like hada. So I will give you the 6 forms. Repeat after me. Jaza, yajzi, ijzi.
Jaza, yajzi, ijzi.
Jazin, majzi. Jaza,
Jazin, majzi, jaza.
Okay. So we have learned all cases of, all important cases of weak letter verbs. Okay, or weak verbs. We have some in the starting, like the weak letters in the starting, like wahaba, wa'ada, or in the middle, qala, zada, or in the end, like da'a, yad'u, hada, yahdi, or in brief, da'a and hada. And to remember these 6 important patterns, we have 3 sentences. Repeat after me. Allah will give, what will He give? The promise, the victory, or the rewards, and so on, if you open the Quran and follow it. So repeat after me. Allah will give, it is a promise.
Allah will give,
it is a promise. Wahaba wa'ada.
Wahaba wa'ada.
In fact, He said He will give more.
In fact, He said He will give more.
Qala zada.
Qala zada.
Therefore pray to Him for guidance.
Therefore pray to Him for guidance.
Da'a Hadaa.
Da'a Hadaa.
MashaAllah. So practice it. Alim. Alhamdulillah. Don't forget the 7 types of homework. Be a teacher. May Allah help us to recite, understand, ponder, implement, propagate, and memorize the Quran. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum. Learn to read Al-Quran, learn Tajweed, understand Al-Quran and memorize it using easy, scientific and interactive methods. Get ebooks, videos, audios, posters, PowerPoint files, app links for different courses. We have specialized Montessori materials and games for making the Quran easy for kids and a teacher's resource center too. Get personalized one-to-one online courses that suit your needs from expert teachers. For free trial, write to admin@understandquran.com or visit understandquran.com. Wassalamu alaikum.